next on the...
Wow! Snezhnaya...
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here, too. But I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant.
Is...
Yeah, I mean, there are places. Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty, and at night.
Yep, no way! Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like that. Maybe we can... Fine then, don't worry. You'll get some too.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, this way leads to Zapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsaritsa's. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. Inside, there's a munitions factory known as the Armory Palace, and over there is the Snezhnaya Vecha, where all the big shots meet regularly to make these places are best admired from a...
Yeah, they probably have super...
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarny. Another place of interest is the north... Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the adventurers.
Ooh, speaking of adventure...
No one practices alchemy.
Oh, we'll just have to use the one on the train then.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of Anyway... Finally, there's Zolny and that's about it.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the recommendations.
Podvorier restaurant...
The hunt begins.
Treasure chests. Do we like treasure chests?
Take a break. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Time for more snow, damselettes. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Take a break. How tiresome. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now than if this were anywhere else. We'd be out investigating and you're right. A lot happened on our way in, obviously. A million more a question is. Sure was. And so far. But we won't get to see her anytime soon. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the whole of Snezh, to be honest. What we're really lacking right now is information. Paimon can't think of a few people who might... Right! And when we left not so... It's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential. Yeah, fair point. There's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? But... it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right?
Hello. Is there a...
That's Alosha!
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling ill. I see. So you're my...
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either.
Not exactly. It's just... I'm used to treating human patients. But don't worry. I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even...
It'll be fine, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? More like you don't eat enough. The more...
Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are... I can give you some medicine to tide you over. But as long if you find yourself with a persistent low-grade fever... Or
Sounds like there's no cause for...
Thank you, Doc.
you're very welcome. Just doing my...
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a couple...
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice. Let's just treat it as a short vacation.
I have to get back to it. If you need anything else from... Hey, no big deal.
All right. Time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
Is it time to go?
Take a break? Pick up the pace.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't but I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your... Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not even if you two are old friends as you claim. Please, next time, stick to the rules. Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's her first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that she doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. Whew, that was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good to know. Wait, where's Paimon? Under the weather? That's hard to imagine. She's always buzzing with energy. I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? I can get you one if you need. All right then. Well, let me know if you run into any other problems. Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartaglia's had shown up outside. No appointment, nothing. And, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. So I had no choice but to abandon my freshly brewed piping hot tea and come to see this mystery guest for myself. Well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted some courtesy. I couldn't exactly let you freeze to death out here in the wind. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a harbinger, I have to lead by example. On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class, unlike Nasha Town. Torchlight Books has a very nice selection of teas and cakes, so we can catch up there. Your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. That's why.
You all missed the good times. You all missed the good times. You all missed the good times.
We should, take a break after all that running around. Yeah, let's rest here for a bit.
miss the good times.
Come on, keep up. I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right? Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnaya Vetcha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next meeting. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuzha. It's basically all anyone cares about in the Vetcha these days. Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he? It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot of respect for his young comrade. By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu's situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can ask Tartaglia about it sometime. Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures, with the ones who stood to benefit the most being the rooster Pulcinella and Regrator Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. No one would be able to stop them. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a Harbinger as soon as possible. And all things considered, Tartaglia was the best choice. Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone, but seeking Pulcinella's support at the same time. What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all the lurid details. You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnaya Vetcha. All the factional strife, whether open or unspoken, it plays out for all to see in that one little room. Having a voice in the Vetcha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. So, every person in that room represents a particular interest group. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard. Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vetcha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most about him.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so A complex web of interests connects all parties involved. And the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds an—
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. Time for you to answer a question of mine. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? Huh? Jealous? As if. Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message to you before you left Notcry, right? I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? You... fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. I guess it must have rubbed off on me. Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break? Whatever it is, just leave it on my desk. I'll look at it later. Thank you really is a fascinating phrase. We use it to express gratitude for the smallest of things. Yet, when faced with a kindness too immense to describe, we use exactly the same words. It's not that we lack other means of expression. It's that when we truly need to express our feelings, the simplest and purest words are always the most powerful.
I just don't understand, that's all. Anyway, do I really need a reason?
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am.
Isn't... Ice blocks does not constitute an emergency.
The equipment in Svietlolaidovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With help, the supports on... Luckily, Odette's team was... Luckily, Odette's team was nearby.
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. I'm the only engineer you'll need. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that? Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after Paimon. They can let her know that you had to step out for a while. Given how urgent this is, I'm sure she'll understand. And honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skills and experience, you'd be reliable help. Then let's go. You, take 2 people to Podvorye restaurant. Find her room and watch it like a hawk until we get back. If anything happens to Paimon, you'll be answering to me.
Yes, Lady Marionette.
How tiresome. Come on, keep up.
Young people these days are surprisingly hardworking. People these days are surprisingly hardworking.
How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Yep. Come on, keep up. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up.
Bring it!
Take a break. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up. Take a break. Pick up the pace. How tiresome. Pick up the pace.
Bring it!
Take a break. Pick up the pace. the pace. Come on, keep up. inside. Not that I care. How tiresome. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
Bring it!
Life goes on. Take a break. Pick up the pace. How tiresome.
Bring it! There's a lot of good stuff in here. Want to split it? Just kidding. You can take it.
Who goes there?
Right here. Emerge. Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Take a break.
Run. Faster. Run. Faster.
Huh? All that work for this. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Take a break. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Go. Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Let's
Bring
do
it.
this.
Huh? All that work for this. Come on, keep up. Take a break. How tiresome. Emerge, right here, right now.
Just you? You win this one.
Take a break. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. How tiresome. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Yeah. Yeah. It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You all missed the good times.
miss the good times.
Called back to the Zeppeljärny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
You all miss the good times.
Oh, no. Missed it again.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or
Welcome to... Thank you for complete...